she going, Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. I love when you drop in the shop. Thanks a million for doing that. I want to do a little bit of show and tell today. You know, in the shop we have tools and various things that we work with and deal with and play with each and every day. And sometimes those things wear out, sometimes they need to be replaced. Sometimes we just want to get something new to try a little bit something different. And what I'd like to do today is show you some of the things I got recently. And I got all these things on Amazon, so if you're interested in getting any of these items that I'm about to show you, I'm going to have an Amazon affiliate link in the description box down below. And if you don't know about Amazon affiliate links, I'll just tell you that if you would like anything that you see today that I'm showing you, if you think, hey, I might like to have that myself, then if you go on Amazon and purchase that using my Amazon affiliate link, then or Grampie's Workshop will get a little bit of kickback from that. I don't know how much it is, but every little bit counts, as the old woman who peed in the ocean, right? So yeah, I would appreciate that if you're going to do that. Purchase that using my Amazon affiliate link. Would sure help out the channel. So thanks in advance for that. But anyway, let's get at her. So in the shop here, I do a lot of projects. I find myself having to measure things a lot. And I've got some measuring tapes, but to be honest, they're getting wore out. I saw these measuring tapes the other day on Amazon when I was out looking around to see what I could buy. And it looked like they were pretty decent looking tapes on them. They were 1-inch wide steel rule, and supposedly they're easy to see. They're Lexivon. It's a 25-foot rule or 7.5 meters, and that's the other thing. Lots of measuring tapes you get these days are in metric. And you know, metric's great. I love metric. It's easy to work with and whatnot. But I much prefer using the old standard dimensions when I'm using, especially around lumber and materials. Just it seems, I don't know, more natural to say 1 3/4 than it does to say, you know, like 37.4 millimeters or whatever, 30 or whatever inch and 3/4 is. It's a dual-sided rule, and it's a nylon-coated blade, and it's a 8-foot standout, which means that you should be able to roll that out for 8 feet without it kinking and falling down. It's a multi-catch hook on it, and I'll talk a little about that in a sec. But anyway, let's open it up and have a look. Da-da-da-da-da-da! There it is. These came in a 2-pack. You could order them singles, 2-packs, or a 4-pack, I think. So anyway, there's the tape. It's, I don't know, easy to pull out, I'd say. It's got an off-white finish on this side, and it's yellow on the back side, and the stop on it, it's a push button stop, not one of those click ones. You don't have to push it down and click it and whatnot. You just pull it out and it stops. When you want it to retract, you push the button and it retracts. It's got a belt clip. Sometimes those are handy, sometimes they're just a nuisance. It's got a lanyard. Sometimes that's handy, sometimes that's just a nuisance. And when you look at the scale, when you pull it out, let's just look at it. This side, it's the standard side, and one of the things they're doing on tapes these days is a lot of people seem to have trouble with the fractions, so they mark them on here like that's. They'll have it like they marked it there for 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, half, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and then the full size. So it's divided in this first foot is divided in 30 seconds. Everything after that's in 16ths. And on this side of the tape, on the lower side, it's marked in 30 seconds, like I say, but the top side of the tape, it's all 16ths all the way out. It also shows it has marked like the 12 foot. So every foot, it's got this black highlight on it. And on 16-inch centers, which is a common center when we're building here in North America at least, we put everything in 16-inch centers, or 16-inch off centers they call it, but anyways. So the 16s are shown there, 16. This one is 32, and then, well, you know, 48. The other thing that's marked here is after a foot, it says 1F1, 1F2 says 1 foot 1, 1 foot 2, 1 foot 3, 1 foot 4, up to 2 feet, then it says 2 foot 1. So they put a lot of information on the rule here to try to make it easy for you to see what you're measuring, or to understand what you're measuring and remember what it is. Now, the multi-hook tip on it, by the way, this tip slides back and forth. The idea of these tips being sliding, a lot of people think, uh-oh, that's not very tight, you know, they should have made that tighter. But that's so that you can put it up to the edge and measure, or you can hook it over the edge and measure, and they should measure the same distance. So they mount at this hook slides back and forth is the width of the hook, right? So that just makes it easier so you can get consistent measurements. So that's a design piece built into the rule. Also, it's got the big hook on the bottom so you can hook over, but it also has hooks on the top. A lot of tapes don't have that, and sometimes it comes in handy, you know, like if you're measuring, you can hook it on the outside and measure this way, or hook it that way. You know. So that's kind of neat to have. And on the underside, it's also marked on the back, and on this side we'll have the same sort of markings as on the front. It says 1 foot and then just 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 16-inch centers are marked. 1 foot is marked. It's all divided off here. After the first 6 inches, everything's in 16ths. The first 6 inches is in 32nds. And the bottom of this rule is in metric. So if you are fixed on using the metric system, you can get some metric readings down here. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40 centimeters, and everything's divided in millimeters. They said it can extend 8 feet without kinking. So let's see. There's 6 feet. 7 feet. I only got 7'2" on it, buddy. I should send them back, eh? Getting hard to pull it out now, but that's 25 feet right there. Big sign on it says stop. So I think I will. So now let's see how it retracts when it's pulled out that far. Just push on the button. Oh yeah. So yeah, that retracts pretty good. Nice color, easy to see. The rule itself looks plenty easy to read. The divisions go right out to the very edge of the tape. Tape's 1 inch wide. So yeah, it should be nice. Should be nice to use that. It's not too wide, I don't think. It feels good in the hand. Kind of heavy, kind of hefty. So I like that. And I've got 2 of them. So yeah, if you're interested in getting one of these tapes, these Lexavon Autolock 25-foot metric standard tapes, descriptions in the box below. One other thing I ordered on Amazon is a Canadian flag. I always have a Canadian flag flying here at the shop, and the Canadian flag I had up, I put up last July 1st, because that's our Canada Day, July 1st. And the flag is in tatters out there now because of all the wind and whatnot we had. So I bought a new flag, so we'll be hanging this one up on the post first chance I get, and then we'll take the old one that's in tatters and we're going to burn that in the fire pit, because that's the proper way to dispose of your country's flag. At least in Canada it is. You can't just throw it in the garbage. You should burn it, and burn it, you know, respectfully too. Go Canada. True North, strong and free. So another thing I got for myself on Amazon is a set of wrenches. This is metric and standard wrench sets. So I found this set on Amazon, and there's going to be an Amazon link in the description. So if you're interested in getting yourself some wrenches and you think you might like these ones, please use the Amazon affiliate link. These wrenches are made in China. Right off the get-go, I'm going to tell you that. They're made in China. They're made by Deko, D-E-K-O. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it or not. There's 30 wrenches in this set. There's metric, and they go from 8 mil to 22 mil with no skips. And they're standard. They go from 1/4 inch to 1 inch with no skips. So, you know, I thought that was pretty good. And the price was, I thought, decent. Now, I don't know the quality of these wrenches. I've never seen them before, never heard of them before. I haven't even opened them up yet. But I'm thinking, the amount of work that I do here, it's not like I'm a professional using these wrenches every day. I think these will do me fine. I hope they will. Let's open them up and see. They're made in China, like I say. So I'm not expecting, you know, these to be great quality, but I expect them to be useful and serve the purpose that I need them for here in the shop. First impressions when I open them up, there's a lot of heft to them, a lot of weight. So, you know, whether that's a sign of good steel or bad steel, I don't know. They come in a little plastic holder, but isn't that cute? But I don't think I'm going to be using that. Let's open these up. How do we get them open? Just like that. That pops off. And we're going to take out the biggest wrench first. So they're chrome vanadium. So most wrenches are made out of chrome vanadium. And if you know anything about metallurgy, vanadium will mean something to you. You know what it means to me? Nice. One thing I find about wrenches, when I go to my drawer now to the toolbox, pick up my wrenches, maybe it's just my age, but I find it very, very hard to see the sizes on them. So what I do is, these ones by the way have nice etchings on them, at least on that one. That's the big one. What's the small one have? They look pretty clear, 1/4 inch. But what I do is I have a paint marker, and I just mark over that, fill up the etching with the paint, and then when the paint's dry you just rub it off that's on the surface, and then you have nice highlighted letters. In fact, let me just go get that paint stick and I'll show you what I mean. So here's the paint stick. Mine is red, but you can get some different colors, and I should have many different colors, but I only have red. So you give it a little shake, then you twist the end of it. So then you'll take this and you'll just mark over where it has the size on it here, like that. Just more or less fill it in. And I'm going to do one of the small ones too, just so you can see how good it works on the smaller sizes. So we'll color this in and color that in. And then we'll just let that dry for a bit while I talk about the wrenches. So yeah, they're the actual name themselves looks like it's laser engraved, but the sizes are engraved into it on both sides. So that's good too, because lots of wrenches I have only marked on one side, so you'd be sitting them in the box that way and you can't see what size it is. You have to pick it up, flip it over. So this is going to be a lot nicer. And now the metric ones, let's see what they have. Same thing, chrome vanadium, and the name of the tool is laser etched on there. The walls, well, just one thing I notice right now, on the box end of this, it looks like the wall thickness is not consistent all the way around. It looks, in fact, it feels a little thin right back here where it joins up with the shaft of the wrench. So that might be a weakness in them. But anyway, they're 12-point box ends, and you know, fairly good, I guess. Maybe the casting could be a little bit crisper on that. And of course this end, they're a little bit narrower than maybe what a standard wrench might be, and that's sometimes as good, not necessarily bad. So anyway, first impressions are they look like a decent wrench for, you know, the average DIYer like myself. So they should be good. Anyway, this paint should be dry now. So I just have a little bit of steel wool here, a fine steel wool. Buff off that paint. And when you buff off the paint, you're left with the nice red lettering that says 1 inch. Easy to read, eh? A lot easier to read. I got this idea from Bruce L. Bruce L's channel. Check him out, Bruce L. I'll leave a link to Bruce's channel down below. Bruce L. Good fella. Lives out west in Canada. And he does a lot of mechanical work. And so he knows his ways around the toolbox. And he does this to his wrenches too, so he can see the sizes. I think it's a great idea. Like that 1/4 inch is kind of hard to read because it's so small. But once you put the red paint on it, boom, jumps right out at you, right? I've got some nice combination metric wrenches and combination standard wrenches. I also have a nice Canadian flag. Go Canada. Canada, the true north, strong and free. And I've got 2 nice new 25-foot self-locking measuring tapes. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to thumbs up me. And if you're interested in getting any of these, check out the Amazon affiliate links down below. I sure would appreciate it. And have a great week, folks. We'll talk to you.